What's going on, my Ronin? This is Ronin1011 back with another commentary, and I want to talk about a few very important things for the year 2013. I want to talk about the new movies that I just found out the release dates for. Some of the movies that I'm really looking forward to, and then one big movie at the end of the year that I'm very much looking forward to. But first off, this is Black Ops 2 Zombies, and I'm playing with my buddy DaddySimba, who is a freaking beast at this. Yeah, you have to check him out. He saves my life. Pretty much this whole game, he saves my life and keeps me alive. We went 11 rounds, which is actually the longest I've ever gone. We're playing on Town, and I'm not really fond of Town. I don't really like it too much, but it's still pretty cool. It's not one of my favorite zombie maps in the game. Anyway, so let's get into this. The movies I wanted to talk about, I'm going to list them, and I'll throw them in the description and everything. I'm just going to list the movies and talk very briefly about who's in them, I guess, and then to give the release dates. I'll put that in the description. You can do your own research on it if you want. So let's just get started. So in the beginning of the year, on Valentine's Day, February 14th, we have A Good Day to Die Hard. That's Die Hard 5, Bruce Willis. If you don't know anything about Die Hard series, go find out because they're awesome movies. I don't care if you think that the third one and the fourth one sucked. I don't care. They were still freaking awesome movies. I love them. So Die Hard 5 is coming out. It's going to be awesome. Him and his son go after some bad dudes. It's going to be great. The next movie coming out is Oblivion that I want to see. Oblivion is with Tom Cruise. It comes out April 12th. That's about, I think, the planet Earth had a fight with some aliens, and Tom Cruise has to go back and see if he can salvage anything from the deserted Earth or something like that. But it's Tom Cruise in sci-fi, which, in my opinion, he does some of his best work in sci-fi. I love Tom Cruise for that reason. I don't give a crap if you think I'm gay about it. I like Tom Cruise in sci-fi movies. I think he's really good. He's not the best actor, but I just like him. I don't know why. I like him in those roles. So Oblivion, check it out. Looks awesome. The next movie is Iron Man 3, coming out May 3rd. The first two Iron Man movies were amazing. Two of the best superhero movies ever made. Iron Man 3 just looks absolutely sick. And it's Iron Man versus Iron Patriot, I think, or something like that. Patriot, something like that. But his friend Rhodes, Rhodey, he, if you remember in Iron Man 2, he picked up a suit himself, and so now they kind of like go back and forth. It's been billed as kind of like maybe, when it comes down to it, could be like a buddy cop movie type of thing, but in iron suits. Anyway, so Iron Man 3, May 3rd. The next one is Man of Steel. Now, I really don't agree with the fact that they're doing another origin story. However, it's Zack Snyder and Chris Nolan, so, I think it's going to be something good. It's going to be better than the other story, the last Superman Returns movie that came out. But again, it's an origin story, so, we'll see what happens. It looks really cool. If you haven't seen the trailer, go check out the trailer. Sorry, that was my phone. I got an email. But yeah, it looks sick. I think it looks cool. Thomas Cavill, who plays him, he's a British actor who plays him. He looks like Superman. I don't know. I'm excited to see, because I'm excited to make Superman real, like they did, like Nolan did with Batman, just gritty and real and dark. And that's what it is. The world, Superman's world, is not pretty. It's not a freaking circus time, big carnival. It's I don't know what I mean by that, but it's not a pretty world that he lives in, and I hope that it looks like that's what they're gonna make it. Anyway, June 14th, 2 days after my birthday, so I'm looking forward to that one. Next movie is World War Z, coming out on June 21st, starring Brad Pitt and some other people. Okay, I read World War Z was actually the first audiobook I've ever read, and I love audiobooks, and I'll get into that at a later date and time, another commentary. But audiobooks are great, and it was the first audiobook I read. The book itself, the movie is not like the book, let's put it that way. The book is actually a collection of stories put in a chronological order by this particular reporter to basically piece together what happened when, before, during, and after the zombie apocalypse. Okay, very cool. Full cast of characters read the book, including Mark Hamill, John Turturro, just a whole bunch of people. Anyway, the book was amazing. They made the movie, and it's nothing going to be nothing like the book. Okay, it looks nothing like the book. However, if you've seen the trailer, it looks pretty sick. It reminds me of like Left 4 Dead, how the zombies come charging at you from around the corner, and you know, in the trailer for the movie, they just pile on top like a wave of bodies, of zombie bodies, just attacking. It just looks pretty sick. So I'm gonna forego the fact that they probably screwed up the whole story and obviously didn't use much from the book, but it just looks cool. I'm gonna be forgiving. I feel like being forgiving this year at movies like that. I'm looking forward to seeing it, especially since I love all things zombie lately. You know, can't wait for Walking Dead to come back next month, and you'll be seeing more Black Ops Zombies on that. But anyway, World War Z coming out June 21st. Next movie coming out June 28th. The next week, oh look at that, we got 3 in a row. The 14th is Man of Steel, 21st is War Z, and then Kick-Ass 2 coming out. And if you've never seen Kick-Ass, go freaking see Kick-Ass. Go rent the damn movie because it's amazing. It's so funny. It's such a good movie. It's about a kid who becomes a vigilante and joins a couple other vigilantes, and it's really, really cool. It was a comic book. I have not read the comic book yet. I'd like to. But I believe it's a comic book series, and then turned into a movie. So it's going to be a continuation of the first movie, a little sequel action. I'm looking forward to that. Don't really know too much about it yet, but you can research it out yourself. June 28th. Next movie looks like it's going to be freaking epic by one of my favorite writers and directors, Guillermo del Toro. I love his stuff. I think one of the first things I really saw from him was Hellboy, and then he did Pan's Labyrinth, and I love his vision. He's just amazing. So he's coming out with a movie called Pacific Rim, and basically it's Gundam versus Godzilla, basically. Okay, apparently a hole opens up in the earth under the sea, and another dimension, these huge monsters come out and attack the earth, and the only way humans can survive is by creating equally as large robots that they fight in and fight the monsters in. So it's huge robots fighting freaking monsters, Godzilla monsters, okay? Which is, if that's not anime, I don't know what the hell is then, you know? But anyway, that looks freaking epic. That comes out July 12th. Next movie coming out July 26th is The Wolverine, which is the sequel to X-Men's Origin Wolverine. And this takes place after X-Men 3, this story where he's no longer part of the X-Men. He's kind of on his own, and so we get to see how he does that. Hugh Jackman does an awesome job as Wolverine. One of the best, besides Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. cast as Iron Man. I think Hugh Jackman is one of the best, actors cast for a superhero, or comic book hero, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, that comes out July 26th. August 9th, the next month, is Elysium with Matt Damon, who I'm really liking. Matt Damon's where his career's gone. I mean, it's not, he's not done that too many things, but I just like the roles he's picking. I really like him as an actor, and I like the stuff he's done. And so there's a movie called Elysium where post-apocalyptic, and I'm not sure exactly what happens, but most of humanity lives in this big, like, luxury thing in the sky, this big luxury city that's, like, floating in the sky. And then there are, like, the people who live, the poor people, I suppose, who live on the earth still. And, so I'm not, things happen. I don't know. You can go check it out. But anyway, it looks really cool. It's a sci-fi movie. It looks really, really cool. I have another one on the list. I'm going to skip it, coming out November 1st. I'm going to skip that one, but let's just move on to November 8th, which is the sequel to Thor Dark World, or The Dark World, or something like that. That's November 8th. That looks... Thor was alright. I mean, I didn't like the movie too much, but it was still cool. I like Hemsworth as Thor, and I'm going to see it. I think it's going to be a pretty decent movie. I like superhero movies. They're pretty cool. Comic book movies, whatever you want to call them. So that's coming out November 8th. The last one on my list is coming out December 13th, and it's The Hobbit. So what's it called again? I didn't write down the full name, but I don't know. The Rise of Smaug, or not the Rise, but the Passage of Smaug. I don't know, something like that. If you ever read The Hobbit, then you know that Smaug is the dragon that they find in the mountain. Okay? And if I spoiled it for you, oh well, too bad. Read the damn book. So apparently they're splitting the movie into a trilogy, which is, come on, man. I don't know what they're doing, but whatever. They're splitting it into 3 movies, so the second one comes out next year. I haven't even seen the first one yet. I'm probably going to go this weekend whenever this video comes out, the weekend of whenever this video comes out. And but yeah, I plan on seeing that, and you know, then the next movie comes out next year, and I assume that the third movie is going to come out, you know, in 2014. Any case, those are my movies. Okay, you can see I listed them there. The list is going to be in the description also, just a brief little list of what I have here, so you can just, you know, see what I'm talking about. And lastly, what I want to talk about is the movie that I skipped over, coming out November 1st, which is called Ender's Game, okay? If you've never read the book Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card, you're doing yourself a very bad thing. Whatever. You know what I'm saying. You're doing yourself a dishonorable thing, or what? Why can't I think of the phrase? Whatever. Anyway, you got to read Ender's Game if you're into sci-fi. It's amazing. It was written in 1985. Orson Scott Card, and it's actually like a prequel to a whole series of books with this character. Okay, his name is Ender Wiggins, and the book is amazing. Let's put it this way: it's children who enter a battle school in space to fight an evil alien race that wants to destroy the Earth. Okay, so the whole story is this young kid who they're genetically altered kids, and he gets drafted into this battle school that's in space. Okay, it's floating above the Earth and stuff, and they're training these kids to fight in the coming war, the war that's already going on, and it's just an amazing book. I loved it. That was my first foray into Orson Scott Card, and he's written a lot of other things, which, you know, he's written a lot of fantasy and a lot of sci-fi, and then he's also written some, I guess, regular type books about like family and stuff. The guy himself, he's a Mormon, and so he puts his like values and stuff, which I don't mind. It's not, to me, it's not very preachy. It's not, you know, I mean, it's got like wholesome values in it, you know, like stuff that you care about. And he usually gets this the audio. I listen to the audiobooks. He usually gets this one narrator. His name is Stefan Rudnicki. He's got a deep, rich, wonderful voice, and just brings everything to life, and he uses them for practically everything, every one of his audiobooks, and I love it. And anyway, so Ender's Game, it was an amazing book. They're turning it into a movie, finally. It was written in 1985, and a lot of start and stops, and casting directorial problems, all this stuff, you know. But I just wanted to put that out there. I wanted to, you know, I've been actually thinking about doing a commentary about, you know, Orson Scott Card or Ender's Game anyway, but I mean the book is just amazing, and it's a really good series. And then after that it goes a little further when, you know, after this book it goes into like when Ender's older, and you know, it's just such a cool big story that, you know, traverses centuries, millennium, actually, not even just centuries, but millennium, you know, in the time span of that universe. And it's just such a good, rich story, and I wanted you guys to know about it because, you know, I don't know how many people like sci-fi and, you know, what other authors you have that you read and stuff, but if you don't know Orson Scott Card, you should really check him out. You know, his books are amazing, and like I said, I read a lot of audiobooks, so if you don't consider them reading them, but yeah, I mean, I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and, you know, I've actually, as many as I can get my hands on of Orson Scott Card, I've heard. So, you know, again, Ender's Game is such a cool book. It's just it's very different than anything that I've ever read before, and, you know, like I said, it's a bunch of kids learning to fight, you know, learning to be soldiers in space, and just the world that he creates inside this battle school, how they train, how they get along, how they fight. You know, there's a lot of adolescent, you know, things that go on back and forth, but it's just such a cool experience to be a part of that world, and I'm really happy that they're making the movie. Now, as far as I know, you know, as far as the movie is concerned, the children in the book were young. They're young. They're like, what are they, 7, 8, 9, 5, 4? They're really young, but this movie they've cast them a little older, which, you know, I'm not too worried about, because I'm sure they just want to get the right reaction from everyone and the right performances. But this video is about to end, and I really just wanted to get that out there. please check out the list below and check out all the movies. They seem to be really good. I can't wait. I mean, there are a lot of other movies coming out, but these are the ones that I'm really looking forward to. Check out my list. I'm going to leave some links for Ender's Game in there. And, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave on comments. Leave a like, comment, favorite, anything you want. Let me know. I love you guys, and peace out.